Y'all, you will see these questions on your test. Now listen. We've done these. These were on our last quiz. If you don't have your quiz, you're going to want that for the test. That way you can come and look at it, make sure that you're doing these right. This is a what type of question? Yeah, we're going to simplify it. But when we have parentheses and exponents, what do we have to follow?
The thing.
Yeah.
Parentheses.
Yes,
The
but
grouping symbols, parentheses.
yeah, grouping symbols, it's called the order of operations, okay? And you already said it, grouping symbols comes first. Now, one of the things that I noticed on a lot of yours is you came here and you said -3 times 5. That's not what it's saying. In parentheses, it's saying -3 minus 5. Do what it says, not what you think it is. Because if it was -3 and then another parenthesis, sure, that's multiplication. But that's not there. It's showing you -3 minus 5. Get your calculator, it's -3 minus 5.
-8.
Thank you. So I keep that in parentheses, -8. Still doing grouping symbols. 2 plus 1. Nobody, I looked at your papers, nobody did 2 times 1 and put 2. Y'all put 3. So why would this be different than this? It wouldn't. Do what it says. Then we have -15 squared. Okay. So now we're looking at this. We have multiplication, because that's what means parentheses times parentheses. And we have that E. What's the E word? So we have grouping symbols, then what? Exponents. So in your calculator, this is that x squared button. So we have -8 times 3 minus, what's 15 squared? 225. Okay. So grouping symbols, exponent, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Do we have multiplying?
Yeah.
-8 multiplied by 3 is
-24.
-24 minus 225. Last but not least, do that in your calculator. -24 minus 225. Double check my work. Should be -249.
Yes.
Okay. Most of you did not get that. So now, I need to ask a question. Once you see this step, does it become easier? Or was there something else that confused you? Because when I looked around, I had people having like 24. I had people having like, this was 15. What questions do we have? Okay. Number 2. What do we do when there's a number smack dab outside of a parenthesis? Put a 1. So right now there's a negative sign outside there. And this is important. Listen to what Harlow said. What number do we put with it?
1.
A 1. There is an invisible 1. So just like that example of, hey, I am going to distribute the papers to you. I'm the one distributing all of the papers to each and every one of you in the class. I don't go outside the class. I'm putting that in your head because that's going to be important for today. I'm taking the -1 and I distribute it to what? Violet, what 2 numbers do I take that -1 to?
To the 3x and the 8.
The 3x. Remember, I put the multiplication and to the what?
8.
Put a little put some respect on his name. It's -8. We have to include the number in front of, or let me try this again, the sign in front of the number, always. Okay, so we have -1 times 3, which is -3, but it's -3x. -1 multiplied by -8. Negative times the negative is? Positive 8. I cannot simplify this anymore. I cannot combine my x's with my 8's. Okay? We can't combine variables and constants. Right? Then yesterday, this is even better because she's got all the same markers. I don't have my balls, but I've got some markers. So, again, here we are. How many red markers do we have? 3.
Are you sure?
How many red markers do we have?
3.
But wait, there's a blue one in the middle. Does it matter? Ooh. How many red markers do we have? 3. So I could say, hey, listen, 1R, 1R, 1R. We combine just the R's. I love it so much. Who remembers what the Y stands for? No, don't drop your pencil like that. Who remembers what the Y stands for? Yaks. More importantly, what does the yak sound like? Come on, Christian, you know what the yak sounds like.
I don't fully remember.
Huh?
I don't fully remember.
Okay. So remember, Harlow remembers what the Harlow's putting her fingers in the
I'm
ears.
just ready for you to start.
Yeah!
Yep,
They're just up on top of the mountains. Listen, this is how I act whether somebody's in here or not. He's probably like writing things like, fire him immediately. He's making noises like a yak.
Yep, they're about to
Oh,
fight each
crud.
other.
Crud. Everybody is present and I didn't take attendance. I'm so sorry. But do you know what a yak sounds like? Because that's what we're talking about right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's all right. I'll let them know. Thanks. Bye. I wasn't going to scream in the phone. Though it would have been funny, probably wouldn't have been appropriate. So, yaks. How many yaks do we have?
3.
Okay,
4.
Judah's not allowed to talk anymore. Judah's going to sit in the back. Tell me my yaks. How many yaks do we have? 4 yaks. And?
8.
Negative 8 yaks. You've got to include the sign and the number. Sign and number. So now I have 4 minus 8. How many yaks do we have? Because remember, we're just dealing with yaks. If we're dealing with yaks, we're going to have an answer of yaks. So we do 4 minus 8, which is? Negative 4. Then we have positive 12, negative 10. And you might be like, Mr. H, why are those like terms? If I gave you that on a quiz, 12 minus 10, y'all would be like, I love this quiz. I can do 12 minus 10. It's just numbers. Constants are just numbers. So what's 12 minus 10?
2.
2. So negative 4y 2?
Positive.
Ah, positive 2. What questions do we have, y'all? Get out your homework. Your homework was 1 through 20. It was the combining like terms worksheet. I'm going to take attendance now. I was doing so well. I haven't gotten a call in like, I actually don't know when the last time I got a call was. 1 through 20. Most of you finished in class yesterday. My head hurts.
It's just there.
Yep. Cool. Nice. Okay. We are going to do 4 at a time. So that means check 4 of them. And then if you have a question, I'll answer any of them. So number 1 should be 1K. Number 2, 12R minus 20. Number 3 is 10N minus 13. Number 4 is negative 14x. What questions do we have on 1 through 4?
What was number 3?
10n minus 13. What if you had negative 13 plus 10n? That'd be fine too. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter the order. So we go to the first 4. Number 5, negative 11r. Number 6, 4x plus 11. Number 7 is negative 1r. Number 8 is 11v. Questions on 5 through 8. Good song. Number 9, negative 19x. Number 10, 6p. 11, 16n. And number 12, negative 4n minus 5. Questions on 9 through 12. Give me a thumbs up if we've gotten at least...
Good afternoon. Please excuse this call. All junior high football players may now be excused. Thank you.
Give me a thumbs up if you got at least 10 of those 12 right. Okay? Yes, sir.
No, it was just oh shit.
They're called directions. It's all right. You put forth effort, though. I'm proud of you. I'm going to be really proud of you when you put forth effort on your push-ups and I still win, but it's going to be fun. Number 13 is 15r. Number 14, you can have 1 plus 9n, or you can have 9n plus 1. 15 is 1n minus 13, or just n minus 13. 16 is 3n. Okay, I'm seeing some writing now. Any questions on those? Up through 16. Yes, ma'am.
I get, on number 13, I get why, like I got it right, but I put like -0. But I
Okay,
guess
so
I
what's
don't-
any, if you have $10 and I take away 0, how much do you have? So you don't need,
Yeah, I have nothing.
If you have $10 and I take away nothing,
Oh, yeah, so 10.
you still have 10. So you don't need that -0. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 17, 12x minus 9. 18, negative 1k. 19, negative 30n. And 20, negative 4n. Questions on these? Get out your notebooks. Don't erase the big thing, don't erase the big thing, don't erase the big thing. So after one of the longest weeks of my life, my wife finally came back last night. I was so happy. My kiddos, so they had gymnastics, and then I coach a men's group from 6:30 till 8. But gymnastics goes till 6:30, so I didn't get back until 7. The men's group was already going in my garage, and so I rush in. My wife was already there. Like I literally had to like high five and then go back outside. But my kids, like my daughter, immediately started crying. Like I was like, "Aw," but she wasn't sad. She was just so happy, and it's the pure joy of a child seeing their parent, which is amazing. And think about it. I know it's not fun to think about, but when it's time for you to meet God, that's how you're going to be. Like truly, the pure joy that we have just to see Him when I'm struggling. And listen, I have anxiety, I have stress. I'm not saying that y'all don't. Man, I have 40 years to go on. And when I'm having some of my toughest days, keeps me going. Just thinking about that day that I'm going to be like, I get to meet my Father. It's a big deal. But just having my daughter remind me of that last night was kind of fun. Because there was just pure joy on her face seeing her mother. We are in day 3, 1.7. We are doing combining and distributing. So we are doing nothing new. We're just adding some things together. And there are steps. There are only 2 steps. But I'm going to put out here the words, if needed. Step 1. We are going to distribute. If you need to. If you don't need to distribute, guess what? You're not going to distribute. Step 2, if needed, combine like terms. That's it. I promise you, you are going to find these easier than doing each thing by themselves. You're prepping yourself. You've done these. You are ready for these problems. Okay? So we're going to do 4 examples. Negative 3x minus 8 plus 5x. Step 1 is what?
Restricted.
Distribute. Is there something we need to distribute? Is there something smack dab up against a parenthesis?
Yeah.
What is it?
One.
The one.
A what? Just tell me what's right there. I know you guys are thinking ahead. What's there right now?
Negative.
A negative sign. This negative sign, you guys have already tried to tell me, is really a negative what?
One.
1. So if you just see a negative sign next to a parenthesis, we know that it's negative 1. So what am I distributing that negative 1 to?
3x and negative 8.
Very good, Harlow. The 3x, and I love how you said it, the negative 8. So now we're multiplying negative 1, this is why I put those dots there, times 3x. Now, I've been telling my classes this, you guys are working on paper, okay? Gentlemen, this is more for you because ladies usually have nicer handwriting. My writing is like a child's. It's on a line here. I would skip a line. That way you're not crushing it in there and you can't see something. So skip a line. Negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 8 is positive 8. What happens to that 5x?
You do something with the 3x.
Well, so I multiplied. What do I do with this positive 5x though? Did we touch it? What'd you say? You were right. What do we do?
Bring it down.
Yeah, we just bring it down. It all comes straight down. If we don't do something to it, it just stays as part of the problem. It's kind of like the order of operations where we just bring them down, bring them down. Do we have like terms? What do we have? Okay, so what are they?
Oh, negative 3x and positive 5x.
Negative 3x and positive 5x. If we're combining the x's, we know that our simplify is going to have that x. Negative 3 plus 5. Use your calculator if you need to. Christian, negative 3 plus 5?
2.
2x. Did we touch the 8? Okay, and again, there's a reason why I'm circling and squaring. Because the circles don't match up with the squares. This was one of those things that as a kid you did. You can't put the square into the round hole. Same idea. These don't get combined. So positive 8 comes down. That's it. Step 1 was distribute. Step 2 was combine. Let's do another one. Yeah. Let's go. 5 plus 2, 3x minus 8. A little bit trickier. This is one that I expect that you'll struggle with once. I expect you'll struggle with it once. And then from there, you're going to be good. What are we distributing, Brianna? What number, what? What gets multiplied?
3x.
Okay, so these are going to get multiplied by what number? What's directly in front of the parenthesis?
2.
What kind of 2?
Positive.
Okay, so we're taking that positive 2 and multiplying it to the 3x and to the negative 8. Look what we didn't touch. The 5 didn't get touched, so what happens? It comes straight down. Now we're multiplying. 2 multiplied by 3x is what?
6x.
What kind of 6x?
Positive.
So because it's second, we need to have a sign in front of it. Then positive 2 times negative 8, negative 16. Okay. Judah, what are my like terms in this one?
5 and 16.
5 and what?
Negative 16.
Thank you, sir. Positive 5, negative 16. So in my calculator, I can say 5 minus 16. Let's do that.
Negative 11.
Negative 11, very good. Then, positive 6x drops down. Okay, so pause and take a look. What questions do we have so far? Distribute, combine like terms. Distribute, combine like terms. Mr. H, we're going to distribute and combine like terms. Yes, you are. We got 2 more examples. I'm trying to screw you up now. Don't let me. I'm telling you that I'm trying to screw you up. Ugh. Don't. That kind of day. Here we go. You ready? Trying to screw you up. I'm going to give you a minute. Try on your own. Let's go. Okay, I'm not happy, but y'all did great. That's fantastic, okay? I'm not going to say that it was because of me, but I'm pretty awesome. Don't give me that. Like, I'm going to throw things at you. I am pretty awesome. It might not just be at this. Listen, humble, again, God and I talk a lot. One of the things I'm working on. I have a little bit of an ego.
Gina agrees.
Here we go. So, we are distributing what? The -1. And all y'all were doing that. I love it. The 5x comes down. I'm so proud of what you guys did there. -1 times 4 is -4x. -1 times a -2 was +2. Y'all did that brilliantly. Then I was seeing you guys combining the like terms of 5x minus 4x and getting 1x. If you just put x, if you just put an x, that's the same as saying 1x. The +2 comes down. Okay? Last one. Then you guys can have your time to work. Again, you're not going to have homework tonight. Don't erase that. Good job. On your own. Here we go. Okay. As you look at this one, what's different about this one than any of the other ones? What's different about this one and the other problems that we've been doing so far? Hey, Christian, what do you think?
There's 2 separate problems.
Yeah, there's 2 separate, what kind of problem? What do we have to do? Say it, Harlow? You said it, say it. Yeah, we have 2 different problems that we have to distribute first. Remember, the first step is to distribute, then we are combining like terms. So distribute twice. Y'all, nice work. Truly and honestly, very nice work. Like, I can make jokes, I can do all that. Guys, I don't even need to explain this one because you're doing it. Okay? I watched all of you distribute correctly. Okay? The biggest mistake that I'm seeing is sometimes we forget to multiply and we add them. That's the only thing that I'm seeing, but 99% of the time, y'all are doing this wonderfully. We're multiplying 6x minus 24. Then you're taking the positive 2, and I'm watching you physically make the lines, which is awesome. I'm telling you, not all of my classes do that, even though I've been asking them to. So I appreciate that you're doing that. That gives me positive 8x, positive 8. And then I watched a 6x plus 8x is 14x. The negative 24 plus 8 should be negative 16. You will see these types of questions on your test. What test? The test you have on Thursday. So, you can work together. I'd like it if you worked together. This is not homework, this is practice. Before you leave today, you'll be able to take a picture of the answer key on your phone when the bell rings, but the answer key is going to be right here. Now listen, you are starting on number 9. I don't care if you do all of 9 through 12. What I've suggested to the other classes is, hey, just go down that left side. Do 9 through 21. After every 2 problems, come up and check. If you miss it, that hand better be in the air. Why? Because I want to come and help you. Everybody with me. Go.
What's today's date?
Oh, I erased it. The 17th.